The Irish Survey of Student Engagement, now in its 5th year, asks students about their experiences of higher education. It provides an increasingly valuable national data set on how students engage with their learning environments. The survey explores the amount of time and effort that students put into their studies and other educationally purposeful activities, and also how effectively institutions facilitate, encourage and promote student engagement in activities that are linked to learning. To highlight the potential of the data as a resource for academic staff, we look at how it's being used in individual institutions.
The primary source of the information about how we're shaping a lot of our strategy is coming from ISSE. The survey is a hugely important and very valuable resource document. Very difficult for any organisation to ignore the outcomes of something. For us, that shows about 34.5% of those eligible students have participated. So to me, it's a primary research outcome that we analyse and then we take the findings from. Yes, there's comparisons with other institutions across the place, which is interesting. It shows us where we're behaving above average or below average. But ultimately, we're listening to student voice. Ultimately, the students are telling us what it is they believe about the institution, their perceptions of the institution, and how we can do better. So I learn a lot from it. I think the institution learns a lot from it. So it's a hugely valuable resource document. What we do with it is we embed it in the whole organisation. We started off at the executive committee. The registrar's office oversees this. They look at the findings. Then we take that through all the organisational structure. So executive committee, management group, we take it to higher to the governing body, academic council, subcommittees of academic council, the student council, heads of department, heads of faculty. It really is disseminated throughout all the organisation. And people really take to it.
There has been some key points that have been interesting to us as an engineering department, and one key point was work-based learning and blended learning, and for us as a department we have responded to that. For example, in the last year alone we've integrated work-based learning into all our engineering programs or undergraduate programs, but we've also been working with the HEA and with Solace in the development of a brand new apprenticeships and really incorporating that work-based learning and flexibility. We've developed new flexible learning programs along with bespoke industry programs. So really what we're looking at is we take this metric, we do something against it, and we want to see that change year on year. So I want to look at this in 3 years' time and see not just the comparison with other IoTs, but between ourselves here, have we actually independently changed that metric? From my perspective as the head of department, I think it's important that academics view this as part of their staff development. Is the one time you'll get independent, real, true feedback from students across the sector. So there's two sides of it. You can reflect on your own learning from it, but on the other side, it can help boost confidence and morale. For example, one of the index for us is active learning, and that came across really strong. So it actually says, to me as an academic, we are doing what we're supposed to be doing.
There's something in this for everybody, every part of the organisation. It's not just an academic function, the support functions as well. But I think we try and just take it throughout all the organisational structure. People are aware of the findings. They're also encouraged to reflect on what they as a part of the organisation could do next year in order to make a better return the following year.
The diversity of our student population is far and wide, but that diversity brings so much learning. So the ISSE data that we get from the survey that students complete is coming from a very diverse student profile that allows us to look at all the different parts of being a student, and taking all those parts of being a student, see how we can actually best support them to have a positive student experience. So one of the areas that we need to focus on, I suppose based on the results of this year's student survey, is looking at engaging people around sporting activities and taking on a healthy lifestyle. So we've done quite a lot of work this year with our student health unit to promote online activity, to engage with our catering company, to provide healthy eating opportunities and provide a healthy lifestyle, I suppose, balance in relation to food, and choose the healthier alternative. And our sports department have done an awful lot of work extra this year in relation to engaging with students, providing more initiatives, providing staff initiatives, so students and staff alike are creating an ethos where physical activity becomes part of our everyday.
The essence of the survey is about quality. I think the quality of what we do here in terms of our student interactions, in terms of the learning outcomes, in terms of the environment in which those learning outcomes take place, have all improved year on year based on the outcomes of the survey. And I couldn't say much more than that.